Pheldarius, you've been in the backfield quite a bit the last couple of weeks. What's clicked lately for you?
I think just getting on edges and emphasizing that.
What is it like playing tackle now? I mean, you were an end in the past. Do you like it on the inside? Is it play to your strengths?
I think it does play to my strengths, but overall, I think Coach Price helps me a lot with the inside because I'm still kind of new to it, but he does help a lot.
What was that week like last week, leading up to the Pitt game? Sounds like JC kind of challenged you guys. And it looked like that was your best game as a defensive line.
Yes, sir. I believe the past 2 years, I don't remember the stats off the top of my head, but they had, I know at least 220 yards. I think 2021. I know 2022 they had 300 yards, and the running back broke the record. So it was a little personal.
So were you guys just ticked off? Is that what the attitude was like going out there on Saturday?
Yes, I wanted to set the tone, showing that we were more physical.
Well, there, I think I asked you this in media day about your quick twitch move there at tackle. How much has that helped you with the ability to get by these bigger, maybe slower interior linemen?
It helps a lot because I'm probably not the strongest person, but my speed and quickness in the tight, short areas helps a lot.
What techniques have you needed to learn to make that more effective there in the middle instead of being able to beat a tackle right off the edge? Now having to use your hands, feet, different types of moves to get past them.
Everything come a lot quicker. So, like I was saying at first, like Coach Price, he emphasized making the move right then and right now. And we did a lot of work this summer with Bruce Lombard. Coach Pryor and Coach Price got him down, and I think that helps a lot.
When you look at how your run defense played against Pitt, was there a besides what the motivation from Coach Price? Was there just a mentality shift about we're getting tired of getting run over?
I just think we were ready, and I was excited to see it, happy to see it for the guys.
What have you seen in terms of scouting for Florida State about what you guys will need to do?
They got a big O line, good receiving core. They're overall a good team, probably the best team we played up to this point. We just got to play our brand of defense.
Coach Price talked a lot about playing complementary football. In what ways do you think you guys did a good job of the offense and defense allowing each other to succeed against Pitt?
I believe the fourth quarter, when they got on the field, I believe it was like an 8-minute drive. That was huge. Like the defense, we probably played 15 to 20 snaps in the second half, and that was a huge difference. When Worm and Antoine got that strip sack, they were in first and goal or they were down there. So I think that was another complimentary type deal.
In what ways have you been impressed by how Kyron's played specifically last week?
Oh, just overall, I seen him in practice a few times, and I was like, when I seen him in the game, I was happy to see it for him, see what he does. I'm happy for him overall.
Pheldarius, what was that like having to sit out last year with the injury and kind of having to be patient to get back in this?
I was kind of sad overall, but my faith helped me a lot. Was in the Bible a lot. Brother Dave helped me a lot. But overall, it was sad. But I like seeing. I think when I seen Enter Sandman for the first time, I kind of cried a little bit because it was emotional and I couldn't play in it.
Were you always determined to come back and play from that injury? I mean, it's pretty late in your career. Some guys might just be like, okay, that's it. I'll just wrap it up.
Yes, actually, when it happened, I was crying even before they diagnosed me because I knew it was something that was like, because usually everybody gets injured or hurt, but you can tell when it's something like, this is gonna take a while. I didn't know it was Achilles, but I was crying, but right then and there, I knew I was gonna come back regardless.
How did that happen again? It was just in a pretty benign thing. It wasn't like a contact drill or anything, right?
No, sir, it was just running. It was like a everyday movement, and it just popped.
And you knew right away something bad was
Oh,
going on, or did it take? How would that go?
well, as soon as it happened, I tried to get up and keep running because it was like, sometimes you just trip and you fall. So I thought it was just something I tripped and fall, but I could feel like something in my heel was totally wrong, and that's when I started crying.
How long did it take you to get back into like active mode? And you have surgery, and then how long are you down for?
I was down. I couldn't come back to the team until around February or January. We was doing mat drills, but I was around the team the whole entire time. But I couldn't do anything physical until January, February.
And was there a point in the spring or the summer where you're like, okay, I'm back, like this feels normal, or is it always sort of in the back of your mind that maybe it's not completely back?
Oh, during the summer, I think it was summer 1, we was running hills, and I was like, yeah, this feels amazing.
Jumping off of that answer, it sounds like you know personally about resilience. Can you talk about the team's resilience and what did Saturday's game show about that? How the team was able to kind of bounce back from a bad play and not linger on the bad play?
I could just seen this after the first week after ODU, and we lost the following week. And the following week, you could tell by practice, like no one was like, "Oh, like the season's over with." You know, sometimes once you lose a few in a row, you can be like, "Oh, it's nothing going to go good out of this season. We're just gonna wrap it up." But week after week, we just kept going. The locker room never like wavered away. Nobody was pointing fingers, fighting, and I think that helped a lot. And the coaches, like the little stuff they do, the little details they put in, it means a lot for the whole entire team. And I think the resilience, like you could tell, you could just look at all the players, and even this Saturday when it got to 21-28 and the game could have just slipped away, we fought back.
When you were, going through those tough times last year, who did you lean on?
Really, brother Dave, my family back home, Matt Johnson, because he tore his ACL when my Achilles was tore. We was in the probably the training room probably every day around the same time, so that helped a lot.
What does it mean to you to be back on the field and then to play the way you're playing right now? I mean, what are the emotions for you when you get in the backfield and make some plays, knowing a year ago you couldn't do that?
Really, I just like being around my brothers, like the D line and the defense in whole. I really be forgetting about the plays because I be going throughout the game, and I just like when Worm got the sack, it was amazing when him and Twan got in there together. Like, I think those are stuff that really like impact me, and I'm like, I love being out there. That's what really hits home.
Where did Kendricks get the nickname Worm?
Worm, he could do a nice worm. Like he could go for a while. You could ask him. You got to come up to him one time. He only like doing it like certain places, but he probably has the best worm I've seen in person. It's smooth.
What was it like the first time you saw him do that?
When the first, I had to beg him for like, I begged him probably for like 3-4 weeks. He was like, nah. And then it was time he just started hitting, and it was the best worm I ever seen. It was like, you got to see it in person.
That it seems like the D tackle room. You guys are tight knit group and it's a loose group. What's the atmosphere like for that room, and has it been one of the more enjoyable ones that you've been at in college?
I love the D line room like in a whole. Like I know a few weeks ago we always hang out at a person's house, and you can tell like the vibes are always there. Everyone love each other. The love is there. So once you go out on the field and play beside somebody that you love off the field, it's a lot easier.
We have time for 2 or 3 on Zoom. On Zoom, we'll open with Steve.
Darius, you talked a little bit about your family and everything, but now that you're closer to home, what's that? How's that been for your family to be able to come see you here when you're this close to?
So my family, they always travel to games. Like even when I was in JUCO, it was probably like 50 people in the stands, and there was probably like 16 of them. So with me being closer, it's like I don't know. I be trying to get like 30 tickets a game because they come regardless. Like ODU, I had a problem every game. I'm not gonna lie, except for like the away games. Even Rutgers, a few of my family flew up there. My auntie, my uncle, they're a traveling group. So me being closer helps a lot, but it get a little hectic sometimes getting all those tickets.
I'm sure. The other thing, it's talk about resilience. You were on those Nebraska teams that just had some of the hardest times with all those one touchdown games that you went through there. What did you learn from that to kind of be what
that winning is tough. Like, you can do a lot right, and at the end of the day, you can still lose. And that's what I learned from that situation total. And the in-house stuff got to stay in-house, and you can't just, like, go outside. You can't go to a park or something and say, oh, this guy's the reason why this is happening. You got to stay as a family.
When you get a game, said the big game, they got back into that. To be able to close that out, how did that feel for you?
It was surprising because I didn't think it was going to happen, but I just kept playing hard. And really it was the whole D-line when I was out there, those last few plays, because I think the first sack, I didn't even know I had it until after the game. It was like a retrace, but someone made the quarterback step up. And the second play was the DN made the quarterback roll out. I believe Keedy made the quarterback, him and Willie P. They made the quarterback roll out, and he just fell into my lap. So,
Thank you.
Any final questions on Zoom for Pheldarius? Okay, Travis. All right. Thanks,
thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.